What's up, Foundation? What's up, YouTube? It's me, your big partner, Cartoon One, the Village Storyteller. And it's story time again, y'all. It's story time again. Of course, you know over here on the Village Storyteller channel that all these stories are fiction. If people don't know what fiction means, it means they are made up, they are make believe. The person, places, or things are not true. What I'm saying, you know what I'm saying? These stories are in audio book form to where you can, instead of having to pick up a book, you can just chime in, tune in, and listen to the stories. Help get you through your work day, help get you through your break, help get you through whatever you may have going on. If you just at the house chilling and you just listen to them, and like instead of having to read a book, you just check the stories out. You know what I'm saying? Something to do. Something to do. I always let you know up front that, they are not true. Anyway, let's get straight to the story. As you can tell from the title, flashbacks. I would give you a synopsis on that word, but for those who aren't old enough to really know what a flashback is or what flashback means, in the ghetto at least, just listen to the story and you will know. Let's get right to it, man. Man, this is a story that takes place in San Diego, on the east side. We got some three brothers, man. Three brothers. You got Trey, you got K-Dog, and you got Baby Loc. Trey being the oldest one. Trey was 28 years old. K-Dog was 22 years old, and Baby Loc was 19. They loved each other. They loved each other. They were the apple of their mother's eye. Of course, their mother knew that her sons was out in the streets. She knew that her sons was kicking up much dust and doing everything out there that three men that are involved in gang activity can do. She used to hear, all type of stuff about her sons. And she would just shake her head and be like, you know what I'm saying? Ask God to look over them and take care of them, because she had did all she can do. She had done everything that she could do, and she just had to give it up and give it to the Lord. Let go and let God. They were out there. They were full-fledged into it, man. They were full-fledged into it. They hustled. They did whatever they had to do. Of course, they were heavily involved in gangbanging, and they just was living the life that they grew up in. They were living the life that they grew up in, man. The middle brother, K-Dog. K-Dog was a sherm head. K-Dog smoked that sherm. He smoked, as we might call it, sherm, wet, PCP, butt naked, loop, Dr. Bombay, whatever name that you wanted to put on it, it was PCP. It was sherm. The oldest brother, Trey, he didn't want nothing to do with it. You know what I'm saying? Trey didn't smoke cigarettes. He didn't drink no alcohol. He didn't smoke weed. He didn't have nothing to do with none of that. The only thing that Trey was really involved in was staying down for his set. That was his thing. Then you had the youngest brother, Baby Loc, 19. Baby Loc was a hothead. He was a very hothead. Baby Loc would go 5150 on a person at the drop of a dime. You know what I'm saying? He was the biggest out of them. You know what I'm saying? Even though he was the youngest, he was the biggest out of them. Man, Baby Loc stood about 6'5", weighed about 220, 230. He took his father's genes. His father was real big before he passed away. So anyway, everybody, they were in good standing in the hood. Everybody knew them. Everybody loved them. They would hustle, anything to get their money on, you know what I'm saying, selling dope, jacking, robbing, stealing, flim-flamming, whatever it is, you know what I'm saying? They were up with it, and they were always together. They were always together. They didn't let a lot of their homeboys in their circle because they were under the impression that the homies ain't loyal. The homies will turn on you. We love the homies. We love the set. But I know what you gonna do because you got the same blood running through your veins as me. And that's how they were. They were just real close-knit like that. They loved their homeboys. They rocked with their homeboys, and they vibed with their homeboys. But their loyalty was to each other first. One day, Trey came in, and he was talking to Baby Loc about something that he had up his sleeve that he wanted to do. And Baby Loc had asked him, well, big bro, what's up? What's going on? He said, man, we need some money, man. I found a letter that Mom's had and they finna foreclose on the house, man. They finna take the house from mama. She didn't want us to know. He like, man, why wouldn't, so his brother, his younger brother, baby Lo asked him, why wouldn't she want us to know? Man, we can get out and do something and help her. And Trey was like, that's why she didn't want us to know, because she knew we weren't finna go work to get this money. She knew we were gonna go pull a stunt. So baby Lo was like, yeah, homie, shoot, that's what we gonna do. We gotta pull a stunt. What, shoot, man, we ain't finna let them take the house from moms. You know what I'm saying? We were all born in this house. And Trey was like, I know. That's why I got a plan. So baby Lo was like, well, dang, big bro, what's the plan? You know what I'm saying? What's going on? Whatever it is, homie, I'm down with it. I'm down for it. However it gotta go, man. We gotta help moms, man. We gotta help moms, and we gotta help ourselves. So the big brother was like, yeah. So baby Lo was like, well, run it down to me, man. What we gonna do? What's going on? He said, man, we finna hit a bank. So baby Lo looked at him, a bank? So baby Lo thought in his head, he like, dang, you know what I'm saying? I done robbed a lot of stuff. I done did a lot of stuff. He said, but now I ain't never robbed no bank. I've always heard about it. I've always thought about it. And I've always wondered what it would be like to hit a bank. But as far as actually getting up doing it, I never did think that it would come across. So he was trying to weigh the pros and cons, you know what I'm saying, on robbing a bank. So he asked Trey, like, man, you think we can get away with this? So Trey told me, he said, man, look, I've been watching this bank now for a couple of weeks. I've been doing a lot of thinking. I've been putting a lot of thought into it. And if we hit it the right way, we gonna be able to get away with this. We gonna be able to help moms. So baby Lo was like, well, shoot, homie, if that's what it is, I'm down with it. Who all you got involved with it? Just me and you? He said, no, it's going to be, so Trey told him, no, it's going to be me, you, and K-Dog. Now, K-Dog was the middle brother. K-Dog was the Sherm head. K-Dog, he was down for whatever, whenever, however, wherever, and with whoever. But the thing with him, half the time, he was always under the influence of PCP. You know what I'm saying? To the point to where, it wasn't no thing to look up and have homies coming around the corner, getting one of them like, man, y'all better come on, man, your brother on the roof naked. You know what I'm saying? What? They get around there, he up there flapping his wings, butt booty naked, acting like he could fly. You might see him laying on the ground, wrestling with a tree branch this long and that thin. But he on the ground wrestling with it, swearing up and down he's saving the world from the aliens. Man, they would get him and take him home, clean him up, fill him up with milk. And it was just, it was a foregone conclusion that their brother was just going on this dope. He was going on this PCP. So now when Trey told baby Lo, he said, man, we gonna get K-Dog. So baby Lo had concerns like, man, are you sure? You sure? And he was like, yeah. He was like, man, okay. He said, man, we got to make sure he ain't high. We got to make sure he ain't on that stuff. So they like, yeah, we going to get him. We going to sober him up. We going to get him right. So baby Lo was a mama's boy. He couldn't stay away from his mom's with this information. He went to his mom and he asked her about the letter. And she started crying and she told him, she said, yeah, baby, but don't worry about it. They not going to take the house. I'm going to save it. I'm gonna work extra shifts. I'm gonna do whatever I need to do. I'm gonna get the money. You know what I'm saying? We gonna put all our faith in the Lord up above, and He gonna provide. So she was crying real tears, man, and it broke baby Lo's heart. And he, you know what I'm saying? He grabbed his mom's hand and he kissed it, and he was telling her, "Mama, don't worry about it. We gonna make it right. We gonna make it right. You always been there for us. Now it's our turn to be there for you." So his mother like, what do you mean? What do you mean? You know what I'm saying? He like, Mama, I can't explain nothing right now, but don't worry about it. I'm going to make it happen. We going to make it happen. Me, Trey, and K-Dog, we going to make it happen. She was like, wait a minute. Y'all don't do nothing. Don't do nothing to get yourself in trouble. She said, I couldn't stand one of y'all going to jail right now. No, please don't do nothing. He was like, Mama, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. And so he started walking off, and he left her sitting on the bed crying, and she was begging and pleading him, please don't do nothing wrong. It would break my heart to lose y'all. Please, please. He was like, Mama, don't worry about it. And he walked off. So later on, when he ran down on Trey, he said, look, let's go get this food. Let's go get K-Dog and explain this to him. So they went and found the middle brother. They went and found their brother K-Dog. And they were explaining to K-Dog, what was going on. And Kate, at this time, K-Dog was in his right state of mind. And he was like, you know what? Hey, man, look, we gotta save this house, man. We ain't gonna let her, grandmama to mama to us, this is our house, man. We can't let them take this property. We can't let them do it like that. And they was like, yeah. So now they start plotting and planning. They start casing the bank all way around. How many people worked in there, the hours that it opened, the hours that it closed, the guard situation. They were on it all the way around the table. So, okay, the day came that they were supposed to hit it. Now, they made K-Dog promise that he was going to leave his Sherm alone. Until after the lick. Let's get this out the way. And then after that, man, if you want to smoke that junk, then that's what you do. But, man, we can't have you high on this lick. So K-Dog knew what was up. He was like, oh, man, for sure, man. I got good sense. I know better than that. So they said, okay. So the night before the lick came, they were sitting in the backyard. And they were talking about it. They was discussing it. And their mother came outside. And she seen all three of her boys from the kitchen window. And that's what made her come outside. And when she came outside, she had tears in her eyes. And they looked at their mother and they was like, Mama, what's wrong? Why you crying? She was, I'm just looking at my boys. She said, y'all all I got left. She said, y'all are what I live for. She said, I love y'all. She said, y'all my pride and joy. She said, I don't care what people say y'all do in the streets. Y'all my children and I'm your mother and I love y'all more than anything on this planet. And she said, man, I just don't want y'all to do anything wrong. I don't know what y'all got planned up your sleeve. She said, but baby, please don't do nothing. She said, I couldn't live through losing y'all. And they was like, oh, mama, they laughed it off, played it off. Oh, mama, come on. Ain't nothing going on. We going to be all right, man. You see, we all right here kicking it. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing going to go on, mama. We ain't finna do nothing wrong. She was like, okay. And she left. Little did she know that the next morning they were going to rob the bank. So the next morning came. They prepared themselves. They got ready. They were ready. Baby Loke went out. He stole a car. He brought it back. He scooped his two brothers up. Baby Loke was a heck of a driver. You know what I'm saying? He was going to be the getaway driver, but he was also going to participate in the robbery. So now while they were on their way to the robbery, the oldest brother, Trey, he was explaining to him how it's going to go down, what to do, how to do it, when to do it, where to do it, and the whole hookup, easy peasy, in and out. You know what I'm saying? You take the guard, I'm going to hit the merchant teller, you going to do this and you going to do that. So they was like, cool, no problem. So now they were looking at the brother K-Dog, making sure he wasn't high. He wasn't high. Now on their way there, K-Dog fired up a cigarette. He, him to calm his nerves. He fired up a cigarette. He's smoking a cigarette. So they did not really understand that PCP Sherm sits in the fat cells of your body. This is where the term flashback comes in at. A lot of people don't realize that when people used to be having PCP whack attacks and all that, and you see them on the news, and they just out of nowhere just flip out and go to crazy. When you smoke Sherm, it sits in the fat cells in your body. When you start sweating, you burning off fat cells, and when them fat cells burn off, it's like a balloon full of PCP, full of Sherm, full of butt naked, full of wet daddy, full of Dr. Devon Bay. And when the fat cells burn off, it releases that PCP back into your body like you just hit a wet stick. And they, they just didn't know that. They didn't understand that. So while it was on the way, and a lot of people don't know, you can smoke cigarettes or you can smoke other things, and it will trigger a flashback. It will trigger that PCP to take over and reignite in your body. So anyway, they were on their way. K-Dog in the back seat, he had a chop across his lap. But now he fired up a cigarette, and he's smoking. They like, okay, they know it's just a cigarette, so they ain't really tripping on it because they know that he ain't smoking no Sherm. But little did they know, K-Dog was sitting in the back seat, and because of his nervousness, he was sweating. He was sweating profusely. They didn't know that the Sherm had got released. The PCP had got released off into his bloodstream again. They did not realize that while they were on their way to rob the bank, that the brother K-Dog was sitting in the back seat, getting high. They didn't know it. So when they got to the bank, they said, let's go. No hesitation, no anything. Man, they jumped out the car. They ran in the bank. When they come to, Trey was the first one through the door. Everybody down, don't move, don't move, don't move. When Baby Loke came through the door, he drew down on the guards. Y'all know what time it is? Don't move, don't move. Boom, drop your gun on the ground. So boom, now here comes K-Dog. He come running through the door wide open. When K-Dog came through the door, he went to jump up on one of the tables with the heat and like let everybody know, y'all know what it is, man, just give us the money and we out of here. K-Dog done had a flashback. K-Dog done had a Sherm PCP flashback. Man, by this time, K-Dog high as a kite. He owned one. He owned one. Man, listen, when he came through the door, he was wide open. He jumped up onto the first table. He jumped up onto the first table he seen and slid completely off the table. Zoom! Shot right off the table and fell on the ground on his back. When he fell on the ground on his back, people hollering and screaming because when he fell down on his back, the chopper he had in his hand, it went off. Brow! Sprayed the roof. Everybody went into panic. People hollering and screaming. Oh! So now that put Trey and Baby Loke in a panic because they trying to calm this crowd down. The people think that they finna get shot. Man, K-Dog roll over and jump up off the ground and call himself running toward where the teller windows were. But he high, he gone. As he start running toward the teller windows, he fall down flat straight on his face. Boom! And now Baby Loke and Trey looking at him like, man, what the? And they knowing that this man ain't smoked no Sherm, but he tweaking, he wigging out right now. Look, everything was going crazy, it was going wild. They hollering, man, what's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? Ain't nothing wrong with me. Man, listen, K-Dog got up and pointed the heat at one of the tellers and threw a bag at her and told her, fill the bag up, and fell straight back on his back again. He on the ground, he done dropped his gun. He on the ground pulling on his clothes, talking about it's hot. It's hot. Man, I got to come up out of this. Now everything is going wild and crazy. Wild and crazy. Baby Loke done took his attention. Baby Loke took his attention off the guard that he was on. And he's tripping on his brother, tweaking out, going crazy. The guard reached for his pistol. When he reached for his pistol, he got the pistol. By the time Baby Loke spun around to bead back down on him, the guard done drew down on him and bust. Boom, boom. He hit Baby Loke in the chest twice. When Baby Loke is falling back, he let off a round into the guard's face. Brow! Baby Loke fall one way and the guard fall the other way. Oh, shoot. Now it's going down. With K-Dog going off this Sherm, and now he reached out, he grabbed his K, and he just started spraying. You got people being mowed down, they hollering, they screaming. It's all pandemonium now. Everything is going haywire. Everything is going wrong. At this time, Trey trying to calm it down. He just seen his baby brother of 19 years old get gunned down by the police guard. He done went crazy. When he spin around, he mad at his brother. He grabbed his brother to try to throw his brother out the door and tell him, let's go. An undercover cop on the ground jumps up. When he jump up off the ground, he come up with the heat. He hit Trey in the back twice. Boom, boom. When he hit Trey in the back twice, Trey falls face down on the ground. K-Dog sprayed the undercover cop. Brow! Lay him down. laid him down. But, but Trey Dog done fell face first. He done fell face first into the ground. By this time, the silent alarm been hit. It's going down. It's going down. K-Dog runs out the bank. He don't even know that the police are outside. He run out the bank. He can't really run too good because he gone. He didn't have this flashback. He high on Sherm. Soon as he runs out the bank, he see all the police and he starts spraying. Man, listen, they shot K-Dog over 47 times. They shot K-Dog so many times that his body wouldn't even fall first. When he finally did fall, he laid there for a minute, and that Sherm was reeking through his system so strong, man, K-Dog rose back up with the K in his hand and started spraying again. They lit him up some more, and they laid him down this time. Man, somebody caught him right here and took the whole chunk of his head off. He laid back. It was over with. It was over with, y'all. The oldest brother, Trey, had crawled on the ground. He had been already hit. He dying. He crawled on the ground and made it to his baby brother, Baby Loke. By this time, Baby Loke is already dead. But he crawled, and when he made it to his brother, he put his hand on his brother's face. And even though he was dying, he had tears coming out of his eyes. And the only thing he could think about, dang, was Mama. Man, we done left Mama to fend for herself. What is Mama gonna think? And he rolled over on his back and he looked up at the ceiling of the bank with tears coming out of his eyes. And his last words was, "Mama, I'm sorry. Mama, I'm sorry. Mama, I'm sorry." And he closed his eyes and he died. Man, listen, when the news got back to their mother, it broke her heart. It broke her heart. She was no good for nobody after that. She ended up passing away about a month later. They said it was a heart attack. But no, she died of a broken heart, man. She died of a broken heart. The three most precious things on the planet to her were her sons. And now they were all gone. She didn't want to be here no more. She let it go. And she went to be with her children. That's that story, y'all. Hope y'all feel it, man. Please, if you liked it, hit that like button for me, man. Hit that like button, man. Hit that share. Share it. But hit that like button for me, man. It's me, y'all. Your big partner, man. The Village Storyteller. I'm out, man. Peace.